Hey, it's Mark here with another video. I am now short Sky and NWY. I'm short these two positions. I closed out my Netflix long and my Watt short. I was short Watt, WATT, that I posted on the blog, Dynamite Stocks, and I shorted that one at a pretty good area, but I had to cover for a pretty substantial loss. Is a bigger loss than I was expecting. Just it it actually dropped after I shorted it. It dropped, and I'll just pull that one up real quick so we can look at it. Uh, it was one of those that's up a lot, and it ran all the way from, let's see where it started. Excuse me. It was about $4 in January, and it ran from 4 all the way up to 9, and I shorted it up here on this day where it kind of printed this doji, and I shorted it right there on that doji on the next day, and it looked really good. I mean, you can see the shooting star right here. That's a shooting star candle, which is bearish, and it was up. It was up on. It's a lot of speculation, but I mean, it's a pretty good company, and I think they were gonna do some deals with Apple or some other tech company, and it never went through, but it just kept running. So, I mean, this was a pretty good. It was a good entry because I mean, if you see, this is right. I took it short right at trend resistance. So when it goes up to resistance, it comes down. When it goes up, and it comes down. See, so it's a good short, and I'd do it again because I did have a gain because it dropped all the way down to 780 from my eight eight nine no sorry my 890 or something like that short, because I shorted on this day right here. So I had a gain, but I was probably swing trading and wasn't watching it. So uh, I was expecting it to hold the low, or to not, because it gapped down and then it ran all the way up. So I was of course looking for it to go lower, but just didn't go anymore. So I missed my opportunity to take the gain and ended up taking a pretty big loss. 'Cause I think I covered on this day, but I mean it was just ridiculous. I totally blew some of my rules on uh, limiting losses. So that's kind of a setback for my account right now. But I'm still positive on the year, but it wasn't that good, obviously. But so I mean, that's what you do when you, I mean, with this swing trading. I take the risk of not being able to take profit during the day because I'm not watching it constantly, 8 hours a day. So, but at the same time, swing trading allows you to sort of step back and look at the chart at the end of the day, and make decisions based on the technicals more than making sure you take a gain immediately during the day, or take a loss even. So let's look at the ones I'm short now. The first one I shorted was NWY, and this one's actually a really strong company. It's a good company, and you can see here that earnings right here on 17th, and the market took that really well. I don't know if guidance was up, but I mean earnings were great. The earnings were great. So it ran as a consequence of that. It ran 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row, and I noticed it. Well, actually, I noticed it here, and it kept showing up, and I noticed it in a scan up here, and you can see this day. This is the first day it kind of stalled out, and it went up from 2 to 4, so it doubled in, I mean, like 20 days roughly, or less than 30 days, which is a big gain, which is a good short because it's overbought. It's a good, not a good short to take to want to hold for weeks or anything, but to take a quick gain, it's a good short to take a quick little scalp it almost even. If you can scalp it if it goes, because it's going to go down. I mean, it's going to consolidate at least. So so we're in that consolidation maybe right now, and I mean it could even go lower. Uh, Again, I missed another opportunity to uh, to cover some here because it dropped all the way down to 363. Looks like, yeah, 363. So I would have covered probably half of it there. Uh, so we'll see if the same mistake hurts me here, but it looks like this one might actually roll over some more. I mean, look, it held. It failed to print a 4 these past 2 days. See, it caught resistance here at 397, and it caught resistance here at 396. So I'm looking for it to go lower, a little lower. Now I'm gonna take my profit really quick if it comes. If it's down like 3, I'm looking for about 5%. Ideally, it would be a good place to cover most of it or all of it. Probably cover three fourths of it, or 75% roughly. If it goes down 5% or 4%. So it's still a good one here. It's a good. I actually timed it perfectly. I shorted it. Uh, yeah, I shorted it on this day, and it just tanked right after I shorted it. See, it went down. It's positive on that day, but it was down all the way at 360. So uh, it's a pretty good one. There's another one I'm short. Sky, SKY. They manufacture mobile homes, which is a pretty good business right now. But still, that doesn't really matter when the stock's up from $4 to $9 in less than 20 days. It's just ridiculous. That's why my favorite shorts are these ones that are up, staggering amounts, like 100%, 200% in a month. Or even, I mean, some of them even go up. I mean, look at how much it went up in just 7 days. In the volume. Well, this one's actually better because see all this buy volume right here. These are huge buy blocks, and what happens is when you receive this kind of unusual volume, this many days in a row, because this is unusual. It doesn't usually trade 130,000 a day. I mean, if you look at let's look at it over the past year. Look how light the volume is. I mean, the volume's average maybe what on even in January probably averaged less than 100,000. So these past few days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, the volume was over 100,000 shares, like 100,088. So this can't last for very long, and it never does. And I knew that, so I shorted it when it started to kind of die down a little bit. Well, the candle was pretty small. See, these candles are really bullish because they're really long. When a candle gets when the day of trading is small, small range, that's that's usually a sign of reversal. And it's almost a doji. It kind of printed because when it closes in the middle of the day, which is a sign of a reversal typically, or it can be a sign. So I shorted. I nailed this one too. I got a great entry. I noticed it here on the 31st, and the low was $9. Was the lowest it traded that day. See how the lows are higher each time when it's going up, and so I knew if it broke below 9, that 9 was support. So if it broke below that 9, there was going to be some selling, technically. So it did actually crash all the way. This one was weird because it in the first 5 minutes of trading, it was down all the way to like 850s, and I missed. I traded it like 5 minutes after open, shorted it, and it was so volatile that I had a stop loss at probably just over 9, or because I didn't think it was going to go back above 9. And well, let's look at. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This software is Medved Trader, and they just went premium. So on certain things, you can get it certain stuff for free still. But I really like this. It's like Quote Tracker used to be. So we're looking at that day. Yeah, we'll crack the 9. So here's this support at 9. See 9. The day of the afternoon, and then it found 9 there on the 31st, and that's when I noticed it. And you see it just crashed. Just crashed on Friday. Although yeah, it was down to well, it was 860s. The first minute or two, and so yeah, I shorted it, put a stop loss or a stop area, and I closed out, and then it luckily came back up. This is supposed to. There we go. It came back up to. It was up at like 920 something all morning, so I reshorted it because that was a real gift to go short when it's up a lot. Knowing it's gonna go down some more. So I shorted it again, and I didn't put a stop loss because it's so freaking volatile. I knew it was gonna keep going down. So I'm still short, and it really couldn't be any better as far as the technicals right now. I mean, Readday here, and let's see what the Bollinger Bands. I think it's right below it, but if I can get bullies to work here, put them over. So yeah, it's right below the Bollinger Bands, but I can see this one hopefully going maybe 750, 760, something like that. But I mean, this one, I'm not looking for a long-term short. Just want to get out real quick for a gain, because it might only have a couple more days. Well, this one's up so much. I mean, this one's pretty staggering. It's up. God, it's up from. It was 2 something. It was about 250 in late 2015. So it's gone from 2 to like 9, or 3 to 9. It's like a trip. It's up 300% in what, 1, 2, 3 months. So I mean, it could. I mean, who knows? It could go. I mean, it could go down to 650. I mean, well, 650 would be, I'd say, the most. But if I get a good gain on this one, I'm just gonna take it and cover. But the way it's looking now, it looks like it should be down another at least 5% over the next week. It should. So, because that's a pretty predictable pattern. What else we got? Well, yeah, I didn't talk about Netflix. I I had bought Netflix at like $100 a share, or something like, yeah, 101 was my average, and I ended up selling it for like just about break even because it was down on me a lot at one point, and then well, down a little bit, and then uh, I cut off about half the position, and I missed some of the gain because it's up a lot now, but I'm not really comfortable being in those kind of large caps because they're so slow and different. Uh, yeah, I mean, with the VIX the way it is, I mean, Netflix is great to trade if the market's crashing or something. But uh, LoJack, this was one I put up on Stock Pursuit at like $2, or maybe yeah, it was back in it must have been 2014 or maybe early 2015 because I bought some because it's a great company. They do vehicle tracking and security for automobiles. And of course, you might know automobile sales are at all-time highs, highest ever in history. So consequently, they did pretty good. And I actually sold this one a long time ago, probably for a loss, because it just wasn't doing anything. But they got bought out for what's looking like now $6 a share. So that one I put up on Stock Pursuit when it was $2 a share. So uh, hopefully you guys had somebody had the patience, more patience than me on that one. So, and I sold MSN. I was expecting it to find support, and it never found support at $1. It kind of did here. It found support at like 9.92 or 92 cents, right there, and it's a deep value stock now. I mean, it was trading around cash, around its cash on the balance sheet. I mean, maybe something will happen. I don't know. I don't want to wait that out, but it's not worth it. So, what else? What else have we been looking at? Well, we can kind of see oil here, even though it's an ETF. But yeah, I noticed oil has recently diverged from the Nasdaq because the Nasdaq's been up like crazy the past week, 2 weeks, and oil's going down, and they've gone totally inverse because it used to be oil was running right with the market. I mean, the oil in the market was in lockstep for a long time this year, but that changed, which is interesting. It's actually it's been good for the market because as oil can go down and the market goes up, so the market just goes up and up. So that's all I want to talk about. It was mostly my shorts I'm in right now, and I had some stop orders out for like a biotech that was on a flag. Never got filled. That one was ONTY. I mean, it very well could come back and should be a flag, but I don't know. But no, that's what I just wanted to touch on for this video. and I'll go ahead and sign off, and have a great weekend.